Power 93.7 WBLK. I'm Yasmin Young. This is the 2 to 6 takeover. Yes, we are still on pause here in New York State, but that does not mean that life stops. There may be car accidents happening, and you or your family may have been involved in one, or maybe you have some other type of injury and you are seeking justice. I have the pleasure of having attorney Steve Foley from the Steve Foley Law Firm joining me. Welcome.
Hi, Yasmin. How are you today?
I am wonderful. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you for asking.
So our world here in Western New York is still shut down due to New York pause. How can people still reach out to you in your office?
That's a great question. And I can assure you and all the listeners that I continue to work hard 24/7 on the cases I have, and also talking to new folks every day who have questions. And the best way they can get a hold of me is they can contact me still at my office, which is 249-2222, and any message that's left there goes right to an email and is sent to me. And I'm also giving people my mobile number, which is 310-8877, and they can call me anytime. I'm happy to talk to anybody anytime about any issues they may have that has to do with the law and injuries, and see if I can help them out,
So when a person becomes injured, what are some of the initial steps they should do? And then what should they reach out to you with?
Good question. Well, I think when a person becomes injured, the first thing they need to do is, of course, take care of their injuries, see their doctor, make their complaints, and try to get on the road to some type of recovery. And then a lot of times I'm talking to folks shortly thereafter, because many times when people get injured, particularly when it's at the fault of someone else or questionably the fault of someone else, we need to talk about what their rights and responsibilities are and what other people's rights are and responsibilities to the person that's calling me may be. And the most important thing I try to do, and my guiding principle in my practice, is treat everyone with respect. If someone calls me, I call them back. I know a lot of folks say to me, Steve, I call the insurance company never called me back. Or I put a call into some lawyer, they never called me back. And I try to practice, Yasmin, in the way that I follow the golden rule. We all remember the golden rule, where I treat other people as I'd want to be treated myself. So if I was a client and I was in the client's shoes and called me, I'd want to get a call back, and I want to spend some time. And I spend a lot of time with folks on the phone, completely free of charge, talking through things and saying, hey, do you have a claim? Maybe you do, maybe you don't. Let's talk about it. And then just be totally upfront. Yeah, maybe I think you do have something here. Or maybe you don't. Or maybe this is kind of what you need to do, and we can look into it some more. But, just really getting back to people and showing people respect. And then we see if we got something. And that's kind of how I go about practicing, too.
Awesome. So what type of injuries, if someone has one of these injuries or they were involved in some type of accident, would you be able to handle on their behalf?
Oh, geez, probably any type of injuries, and all the way up to the most ultimate injury, which is a terrible thing. But sometimes folks die and they call me and they have a relative who passed because of something that terrible happened as a result of someone else's carelessness or negligence. A lot of times there are a lot of car accidents, a lot of cases where people slip or fall on someone else's property. And the other thing, too, a lot of folks need to know about is just, hey, how do we deal with the insurance company? Insurance companies seem to have their own language they speak, and when you call the insurance company, you got to know how to kind of approach them and the information you need to have ready to talk to them. And so how can you deal with them and how can you get your bills paid? Because those are the most pressing things. People are like, geez, how am I going to get my bills paid? I can't make it to work. I'm living paycheck to paycheck. And there's a lot of anxiety. And so what I try to do is say, hey, look, it's going to be okay. We're going to get through this, just like we're going to get through this virus. We're going to get you back on your feet. Let's get a strategy. Let's get a plan. Let's get how we're going to attack this problem. And then, work it through with your client so everybody's on the same page and we understand each other. And then, the best thing you can see in a client's face is, when all of a sudden they just feel like, oh, man, I feel better now. I'm a little better. I'm more at ease, when they get off the phone and like, oh, thanks. You answer my questions. That's great. And sometimes maybe there isn't a claim, but at least you talk to people and you spend some time with them. And that's the only way. You got to be able to listen, but I love practicing law. I love representing.
Well, Steve, please give out your contact information so that people can reach you, especially during these times.
Sure, Yasmin. Thank you. Yeah, absolutely. My office number is 249-2222. That's 249-2222. Or folks can always get a hold of me on my mobile, which is 310-8877. Or they can text me on my mobile, 310-8877. And my website is stevefoleylaw.com.
Steve, thank you so much. And thank you for your expertise and sharing with us.
Oh, thank you, Yasmin. Stay safe, and look forward to seeing you soon, I hope.